Hello everyone. We will discuss in this lecture the losses and power flow diagram of a three-phase induction motor. Losses are of importance because lower the losses, higher will be the efficiency and vice versa. So to keep the losses minimum, we must know that which type of losses are occurring in the motor and how to minimize those losses. So let us have a look at various types of losses occurring in the motor. These losses are the difference between the input power and output power. It means major losses, we have to calculate the total losses is equal to input power minus output power. Whole of the input power is not converted into output power, but a part of it is wasted in losses and is dissipated in the form of heat to the surroundings. So major losses may be divided into three parts. The stator losses occurring in the stator part of the motor, rotor losses occurring in the rotating member of the motor, which is rotor, and third are the mechanical losses. First, stator losses are subdivided into two parts: stator copper losses and stator iron losses. Stator iron losses are further subdivided into two parts: hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. Now, stator copper losses. Stator copper losses are the power consumed by resistance I2 square R. So the primary current is if I1 and primary resistance is R1, then the power consumed by one phase winding resistance is I1 square R1. There are three phases in the motor, so we have put 3 into I1 square R1 is the power consumed by resistance of the rotor, and which is dissipated in the form of heat to the surroundings and is called stator copper loss. To minimize these losses, the only controlled thing is R1. So to keep resistance minimum, we use good quality of conductor wire having minimum resistance. Then stator iron losses. These losses happens due to the EMFs induced in the stator and are called eddy current losses, which circulate currents called eddy currents, and loss created by I square R loss created by these eddy currents in the iron or core part is called stator iron losses. One type eddy current losses. And other eddy stator losses are hysteresis losses. These happens in the core due to frequent reversal of flux because AC supply is used. The flux reverses frequently. So due to retentivity of the material, there is a power loss which is called hysteresis losses. These losses can be minimized by using good magnetic material, for example silicon steel for the core, and eddy current losses can be reduced by having laminated core in place of a solid core. The laminations are insulated from each other, so area of cross section for the passing of this eddy current reduces. As a result, the current reduces, and finally the eddy current losses are minimized. Then there are losses occurring in rotor. Rotor copper losses, similar to the stator copper losses, there is a rotor current I2 flowing through the resistance of rotor winding per phase R2. So 3I2 square R2 is the rotor copper loss or power consumed by rotor resistance per phase, and multiplied by 3 for all the three phases, the losses are 3I2 square R2. Again, the resistance of rotor is kept as minimum as possible in the design to have low copper losses. The heat, these are dissipated in the form of heat. Electrical energy is converted into heat energy, and it is dissipated to the surroundings. Then other loss in the case of a rotor is rotor iron loss. This is our rotor iron loss. Part of this rotor loss is rotor iron loss. Rotor iron loss again happens in the rotor core, and rotor core have hysteresis as well as eddy current losses, just similar to the stator core, but here these losses are negligibly small because iron losses, hysteresis as well as eddy current both depend upon the frequency of the currents. Rotor frequency is very small as compared to the stator frequency, so these losses are negligibly small and are generally neglected and not accounted in the calculations. These losses are generally neglected. Rotor iron loss, these are very small, negligibly small. And third loss is the mechanical losses. Mechanical losses are further of two types: windage loss and friction loss. Windage, as its name indicates, it is the air friction loss. The friction offered to the rotating projected parts by the air. It may be the overhang of the coils and the cooling fan, etc. Then next is the friction losses. These losses happen at the bearings where there is a continuous rub between the stationary and rotating parts. These losses can be minimized by using good quality of bearings and lubricating them properly. So these are the losses happening in the motor, and we have studied how to minimize these losses. Now let us have a look at a power flow diagram of three-phase induction motor. Power flow means how the input power to the motor is converted into output power and how much of the power is wasted in losses out of it. All these quantities assembled on this flow diagram, it is called power flow diagram. Now, input power to the motor is electrical power, and formula for three-phase power is root 3 VL IL cos phi, where VL is line current voltage and IL is line current. Cos phi 1 is the power factor of the motor, stator side. Now this power, when is input power given to the motor, have first losses which it faces is stator copper loss, 3I1 square R1. Stator copper losses are reduced. Then stator iron loss, which are hysteresis and eddy current losses. The rest of the power is available from the stator as output, and this stator output is fed to the rotor through air gap. It is called then rotor input, and stator output power is always equal to rotor input power. The formula for rotor input power is 3I2 square R2 over S, because the total resistance in the circuit, as we have seen in the equivalent circuit, it was R2 over S. Power consumed per phase, and power consumed by one phase, power of the input of the one phase is 3I2 square R2 over S is the total input power of rotor. Now there are rotor copper losses which are subtracted from the rotor input, and mechanical losses are subtracted. The rotor copper losses are subtracted from the rotor input. The rest of the power is called mechanical power developed, or the electrical power converted into mechanical power. Electrical power converted into mechanical power. We can find it by subtracting rotor copper losses from rotor input. This will be the result. This is the power consumed by fictitious resistance representing load R2 to 1 minus S over S. So it is 3I2 square R2 1 minus S over S. From the mechanical power developed, if we subtract the mechanical loss, rest of the power is available at the shaft as output power, which is mechanical and is given by expression omega TSH, where omega is the angular velocity in radian per second and TSH is the torque available at shaft, or we can say it a mechanical torque which we can supply to the load. Now the efficiency of the motor is output power, that is omega TSH, divided by input power root 3 VLIL cos phi. We can write for the efficiency of three-phase induction motor from this flow diagram. This shows input power, then stator losses, rotor losses, and then there is the output power, mechanical losses and output power. Three types of losses: stator losses, rotor losses, mechanical losses. Subtracted from the input comes out to be output power. Output power divided by input power is efficiency of the motor. There are some ratios. We know that rotor copper loss is 3I2 square R2. Mechanical power developed is 3I2 square R2 1 minus S over S. Power consumed by fictitious resistance multiplied by 3. And rotor input power, sum of the above two, it is equal to 3I2 square R2 over S. Now if we divide the third equation, rotor input power by rotor copper loss, or rotor copper loss divided by this rotor input power, what we will get? 3I2 square R2, 3I2 R2 square, same, 1 over S inverted comes out to be slip. So rotor copper loss divided by rotor input is equal to slip. So from first and third equation we can write rotor copper loss is equal to slip into rotor input. If we know the input power of rotor, multiplying it by slip, we can find rotor copper loss. And if we know rotor copper loss and slip, we can find out the rotor input power, that is rotor copper loss divided by slip. Similarly, comparing second and third equation, we can write rotor copper loss is equal to S over 1 minus S mechanical power developed. And rotor efficiency is mechanical power developed divided by rotor input. So here this is mechanical power developed divided by rotor input is our rotor efficiency. So this comes out to be 1 minus S. 1 minus S. It means if the slip is 0.04 at some time for certain motor, then its rotor efficiency is 1 minus 0.04, 0.96 or 96%. If slip is 5%, efficiency becomes, rotor efficiency becomes 95%, and so on. So it directly depends upon the slip. Rotor copper losses can be calculated if mechanical power developed is given by multiplying it by S into 1 minus S. Rotor copper loss can be calculated from rotor input by multiplying it by S. So these are some important relations based on the power flow diagram. Thank you.